rest of the Michigan Day go high. Tonight we will be, at halftime, we will be honoring our youth football program, cheerleaders, teams. So make sure at halftime you're ready for that. And also the band will be hosting a band competition here at Clearfield on Saturday, October 2nd. And friends and the folks and teachers on the rails. Appreciate that. Also a reminder tonight that the fifth quarter will be held here at the Good Shepherd Church, just behind the restaurants here. And that is open. Your Tyrone.
Is to be done, and we have directly the guidelines, and we'll share that with the fans so they know about it. And one of the disturbing reasons why the PIAA took action, it wasn't just COVID, there were some other issues involved. So we'll get into that at halftime.
And one of the things we can get into is the keys to the game, and the quarterback that they're going to face tonight in Ollie Billett put up some numbers that quarterbacks around the area would be happy with in a full season. Billett did it in 6 games.
It's amazing, and this kid's the real deal. He is 6'1", 250, 255 pounds, whichever scale you want to put it. But that 5 pounds isn't going to make a difference when you're up around 250.
I need that scale.
There you go. But he's definitely a D1, Division I NCAA recruit. He's already had offers from the Air Force Academy as a scholarship, and he's being heavily recruited by Syracuse and Virginia Military Institute. Last year, as you said, in 6 games, he threw for 1,146 yards, 12 touchdowns, and 70 completions while running for 248 yards on 60 carries and 7 more touchdowns. So he is a dynamic force on the football field.
Probably more defensively, I would see him impacting D1 than at quarterback with that kind of size.
He plays, right now you're going to see him play quarterback. He'll play a little bit of linebacker. They'll put him at defensive end. He'll even play tackle, defensive tackle at times because of his strength and ability to rush. So, it's going to, the young and inexperienced Tyrone team is going to get a good lesson tonight. So that's a positive.
Let's go through the rest of the keys.
Okay. For the last 10 years, it's been all Clearfield. They've been 9 wins and 1 losses to take over the all-time record with 37 wins versus Tyrone 30. The 2 decades prior to that, Tyrone pretty well handled Clearfield, but it's not been that for the last decade. Is 9-1. Billett, as we said, is a 3-year starter. He reads the blitz. He's good on defense. He's a tough tackler. He's going to be the key, obviously, for how Clearfield goes tonight. Tyrone keys, they don't have to try to stop Billett. They just have to try to slow him down because he's going to make his plays. He's a tough runner, and nobody's going to be able to arm tackle him or jump on his back, because if so, that'd be like going up to Del Grosso's and taking a ride, because they're going to go down the field with him. He's not going to be brought down by a piggyback ride. The young offensive line must be able to deal with Clearfield's aggressive linebacker blitzes. They will blitz every play, sometimes sending 1, sometimes sending 2, sometimes sending 2 with a safety. And no turnovers. Do not give Clearfield a short field to start their drives. It's going to be a challenge tonight for Tyrone, Jim.
All right, we're going to take our last break. When we come back, we'll get you started for the kickoff. Tyrone hosting Clearfield right after this. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle Football, 96.9, 100.7 FM.
Save on everything in the city, Surplus City. Surplus City has got it all, from metal to tarps, nuts and bolts, and all the paint you could possibly need. Plumbing supplies, electrical, tools of all kinds, and lots more. Surplus City has a wide selection of fabric, foam rubber, home decor, flowers, and plenty of seasonal items too. Visit all 5 Surplus City locations: Altoona, Williamsport, Carlisle, Chambersburg, and LaVale, Maryland. Open 7 days a week. Come in and check out new items that are arriving daily at Surplus City.
Something bugging you? Time to call Premier Pest Control. If your home or office is overtaken by insects or rodents, it's time to take action. Call Mike Luther at Premier Pest Control, 684-2600. Premier Pest Control has a 24-hour guaranteed response to your call. Avoid the hassle of having to explain your problem to several people before you even see the serviceman. Calling Premier Pest Control, you'll talk directly to Mike Luther, who's both the owner and the serviceman. Call Mike at 684-2600 and tell him what's bugging you. Premier Pest Control, serving Altoona, Tyrone, State College, and surrounding areas.
When it comes to harvesting timber in Central PA, one name comes to mind: Justin Reeder. Justin Reeder is a well-established timber harvesting company based in Tyrone, specializing in quality timber harvesting, firewood, timber transport, and residential tree removal, serving Tyrone and surrounding areas. Justin Reeder strives to be the best and provides the best quality services at premium prices for each and every customer. Call Justin Reeder, 814-327-8515, and be sure to visit them on Facebook.
Need new tires for your car? Does your vehicle need inspected, routine maintenance, or does something need repaired or replaced? Or maybe you're looking for a quality used car. There's one place that does it all. Tyrone Tire and Automotive, with factory-trained technicians, a great inventory, friendly sales staff, and financing available. Why would you go anywhere else? Check them out online at TyroneAuto.com or find them on Facebook. Call 814-684-2199. Tyrone Tire and Automotive, 5267 East Pleasant Valley Boulevard, Tyrone.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Ace Fix-It Hardware in Tyrone is proud to support the Tyrone Golden Eagles. Find the best brands in-store, including Milwaukee Tools, Weber and Traeger Grills, Magnolia Home Paint, and more. You can shop in-store or buy online and pick up at the store at acefixit.com. During football season, come in with the code EAGLE21 and receive 10% off your purchase of regular priced items. In-store purchases only. See store for details. Go Eagles!
Are you ready to have the success others have had with the Ideal Protein Weight Loss Protocol? Hi, this is Karina, Certified Ideal Protein Coach at Community Pharmacy in Tyrone. Ideal Protein is a doctor-designed ketogenic protocol that treats weight loss as healthcare and food as medicine. The Ideal Protein protocol has been exclusively developed and designed to help you lose weight, stabilize your weight loss, and maintain for the long term. Ideal Protein at Community Pharmacy in Tyrone. 814-684-0230.
Covering Blair County with classic favorites on 96.9 and 100.7. This is WTRN Tyrone, Altoona.
Back at Gray Vets, and a flag on the play prior to the whistle, and apparently folks want to get, maybe the officials want to get out of here early. They got a date something, but they started the game about 2 minutes early. So a 35-yard kickoff return takes it out to about the 40-yard line, 45, excuse me, and then a incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Good coverage by Cortland Rhodes, and now you're up to date. 2nd and 10 with a 5-yard walk-off on a procedure penalty prior to the snap of the ball. Has it at 2nd and 15. We're scoreless early. 11:44 left to go first quarter. Chuck Bannis and Jim Gregory bringing you play-by-play of your Tyrone Golden Eagles. Ollie Ballot under center. He's going to look to throw. He's got a man deep. Rhodes is there. Knocked away. Good job by Cortland Rhodes. Once again, the defender making the play on the intended receiver, Carson Klein. Now, if the ball's thrown on target, we might have a different story, but it was slightly underthrown, and so give credit to Cortland Rhodes for good coverage there. The incompletion brings up 3rd and 15 from the Clearfield 40.
He did a great job on the coverage. He had the outside shoulder, and then when he saw the ball in the air, he broke inside and was able to get his arm up and knock it down.
3rd and 15. Billett from the shotgun with 5 receivers in formation. Looks left. He's going to run out of the pocket. Avoids a tackle at the 50. Does he get to the marker?
Yes.
He did get to the marker. 15 yards on the scramble. Shows you the speed and strength as he avoided and shed a tackle back at the line of scrimmage, and then was able to pick up the yardage needed for a first down. They'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the Tyrone 45. Unfortunate play for the Tyrone Golden Eagle defense.
And that's where Billett can hurt you so badly. You can't, as a defensive back, you can't give up on your pass coverage to come up to help out on the tackle because he has that dual option.
They'll go power eye left with Billett under center. Between the hashes going from left to right. The handoff given to Mark McGonigal. Picks up about 5 down to near the 40. They'll actually mark him down at the 41 of the Golden Eagles.
Nathaniel Patterson in on the stop there along with number 27, Draven Crowell. Slowed him up in the backfield.
It's a young Golden Eagle football team. They're gaining valuable experience every week. What they experienced last week should pay dividends tonight. Billett looks to throw downfield. He's got a man, and it is just broken up at the last minute once again. Wow, what a great job.
Draven Crowell.
Yes.
Defensive backs vastly improved since that first week.
That ball was on target.
Yep.
It was well thrown. It's going to bring up 3rd and 6 from the Golden Eagles 41-yard line.
This is where you have to watch Billett on a quarterback draw or even something like a screen pass.
Keep him in the pocket as best you can. Empty set. 3 receivers to the left, 2 right. Quick throw over the middle. Incomplete. Thrown behind the receiver. Intended there was Jose Albin. 4th and 6 from the 41. 10:18 left in the first quarter. We're scoreless, and the Golden Eagles are going to force the punt team for the Bison to come out on the field.
And be on your toes, Tyrone special teams, because Billett is still in there.
Brady Ronan back to his familiar number 2 is the lone punt returner back, standing at his own 10-yard line. No pressure on the punt. End over end spiral, hits at the 10 and takes a Tyrone bounce into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM. WTRN easy favorites. Alongside Chuck Bannis, I'm Jim Gregory. We're scoreless. 10:09 left as the Golden Eagles will get their first possession of the ball game.
And while we have a break here, let's thank a couple of our sponsors who bring these games to you. Varilla Real Estate, Bedford Regional Urology, Tavern 27, and Park Hills.
Here come the Golden Eagles with Ronan, the deep back. Power eye left with Corey Beck in the backfield. They're between the hashes going from right to left on your dial. They'll give it to Ronan. Slips a bit. Was able to get maybe a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 9 from the 21. Ronan has been a pleasant surprise.
Nathan Natoli for Clearfield in on the stop.
It's good to see that he got his number 2 jersey repaired and back after losing it through a rip last week at Bellefonte and had to wear number 31. He was the unknown Golden Eagle there for a while. Clock running, 9:35 left first quarter, bringing a man in motion. It's Ronan. Gwynn looks to throw, pumps, sets up the screen to Beck. He's got blockers. Gets to the outside 20, 25, brought down there from behind. Close to a horse tackle, but no call. But it's a pickup of 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 from just outside the 26 of the Golden Eagles.
Hayden Kovalek in on the stop. Linebacker coming across the field there to make the stop for Clearfield. Early 3rd down play. This is something that it's big for the Golden Eagles to pick up. You know, still not sure about their punting yet, so you don't want to give up a short field.
Ronan in motion. They're rolling to the left. Gwynn throws over the middle to Ronan, who leans forward and gets the first down. Nice job picking up an open receiver, Keegan Gwynn, with the pass that was on target, but it was a safe pass. It was probably the best option to throw underneath when everything else was covered downfield, and it was a smart decision as it gets them a new set of downs.
Yes, it was. And Mitchell rolls for Clearfield in on a stop.
Rhodes wide to the right. Balled off wide to the near side with Ronan in the slot. Back in the backfield. They give it to him over the right side, and he's gobbled up. There he is. Ollie Billett breaking through. You'll hear his name on offense and defense. He's a beast. Makes the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 3. 2nd and 13 from the 29.
And I'm watching him line up. It looks like he's lining up right now. He's going to be a tackle. I don't think they're going to put him in nose.
Go with a 3-man front there, Coach.
Yeah, so they're just playing a straight 3-4. No, they're moving up now. 4-3.
From the eye, they fake it, play action. Gwynn rushed, throws downfield. It's going to be a battle for the reception, and it's intercepted instead. That ball was thrown up there with not much chance. Mitchell Rawls makes the interception for Clearfield, as the intended receiver was Trent Smith, and it was just hanging up there so long as Gwynn was facing a sack and just made the bad decision to throw it up for grabs.
Right.
1st and 10 for Clearfield off the first turnover of the game. That's not something that Tyrone has been guilty of in the first 3 weeks. Bad turnovers, or really any turnovers at all early in games.
Not early in games, but they've given Clearfield a short field.
Sure have.
Could be dangerous here.
From the Tyrone 27, Billett. The handoff goes to Mark McGonigal.
Trent Smith in on the tackle for the
They give him 3.
Golden Eagles.
It's going to bring up 2nd and 7, just outside the Tyrone 23-yard line. 7:10 left first quarter. We're still scoreless. Good turnout for the black and orange, the fans for Tyrone, really supporting the Golden Eagles this year. Clearfield, not a bad turnout over there. It's just a beautiful night for high school football. It's date night for many couples. Empty backfield. Billett hands it off. It's given to Jose Albin. Found some running room over the left side, enough to get close to the first down.
Draven Cole again in on
Well, they give it to him, Coach. They're going to move the chains. Close enough to give him the first down.
There was a big hole there, too.
Yes.
Big hole.
So 1st and 10 now from the Tyrone 16 off the interception by Rawls of Keegan Gwynn's pass.
That was Gwynn's 4th interception on the year.
Sidecar right. They go to him. That's McGonigal again. It's a quick hitter over the right guard. There to make the tackle was
Ross Gamp.
Yeah, I thought Patterson was in there too.
Patterson, yeah.
Yep.
But did you notice that even Ross Gamp went 3 yards on the ground? And Ross is a big boy. He was drugged about 2 or 3 yards on that last carry.
Yeah, that carry picked up 4. 2nd and 6 now from the 12. Power eye left. This time, the give is to the up back down to the 5. So pickup of 7 yards. That was just imposure will running by the Bison.
Oh, yeah. They lined up on the 12, Jim, and there was not one black shirt that was closer than the 5-yard line.
That was Carter Chamberlain that time, number 45.
Pushed straight back there.
Yes, they
the
did.
Offensive line. Rolled right out of there.
1st and goal from the 4. Bison looking to capitalize on the first turnover by the Golden Eagles. McGonigal dotting the I, and he finds the company of Russ Gamp in the backfield. Maybe a loss of a yard.
Again, Gamp and Nathaniel Patterson in on the stop.
So they do mark it as a loss back to the 5. 2nd and goal. First quarter slipping away very quickly. Billett, empty backfield. Brings a man in motion. And he's going to keep it. And with a head of steam, he goes into the end zone from 5 yards out. Nobody was going to stop that one. And it didn't help that there was a big hole there either. So the first points of the game come off the turnover, off the interception. 6-0 with the extra point upcoming from the Bison. 4:31 left to go first quarter.
Is that number 9? Is that the
I think it's Luke Sidoric. Luke Sidoric. He's their kicker punter. And it's through. 7-0. Clearfield. One of the things that we always talk about with a young Tyrone Golden Eagle football team is limiting mistakes and not giving a short field. Well, they did that on their first possession, and they pay for it.
Yes, they did.
Now let's see how they can bounce back with their next possession here, Chuck.
And they moved the ball there for that first down.
Yes.
It's just that unfortunately they got picked there. But did you notice on the tackles there, there was a big hole there. And the linebacker, Nathan Patterson, who's only a sophomore, he came up and tried to fill the hole. But Billett is just so big and so strong. He just kind of put a forearm and a hip in there.
Formidable on the wrestling mat as well, right?
Oh, yeah, heavyweight wrestler.
Yeah.
How many times do you see a quarterback in high school is also their first starting heavyweight wrestler on the wrestling team? He's an all-around athlete, very good athlete.
Beck and Miller back deep to receive. 2 weeks ago, we saw an 84-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Colton Miller. Could use one right here. If you're just joining us, Tyrone Golden Eagle football, 96.9, 100.7 FM, alongside Chuck Bannis. I'm Jim Gregory. 4:31 left to go first quarter. Clearfield scoring their first touchdown of the game to make it 7-0. And the Golden Eagles await the kickoff upcoming from Sikoric. And a end over end taken at the 17 by Miller up to the 30. Give him about 13 yards on the return. He'll be 1st and 10 from the 35 for the Golden Eagles. So now the pressure that was brought to bear on Keegan Gwynn as he was looking to throw, I would imagine the Bison realized they can get to him if he wants to try and put it in the air. What we didn't get a lot of a chance to see is some running from Brady Ronan.
Right. And on that kickoff return, Hayden Kovalak, their outside linebacker, was on the punt team. He came up a little bit limping. He's trying to walk it off out there for Clearfield.
Gwynn pitches to Ronan, right side. Nothing there. Actually, loss of a yard and a half or two.
Billett was out there, and he played that perfectly. He strung out the 2 lead blockers, and there was no cutback area, and the inside pursuit just met out there with Billett.
Now, the officials are discussing as they put the ball down. I didn't see a flag there. Let's see what they're going to tell us. Nope. Okay. They have nothing to tell us. So instead, it'll be second and about 13 from the 27 as Gwynn throws, and it's caught by Gamp at the 40, 45, brought down after enough for a first down out at the 46-yard line. So a gain of 20 for the Golden Eagles.
And Ross Gamp, right, nice route, found the open window, settled down a little bit, and he was found, and Gwynn laid the ball right over the inside linebacker there and right into Gamp's hands, and he picked up a few yards afterwards for the first down. Nice play for Tyrone.
Single back in the backfield is Beck. He'll protect. Gwynn throws. Ronan catches. Are they going to give him the catch? Yes. I think that's the correct. No. Now they're saying incomplete.
They're calling it incomplete.
The side judge here had he indicated a catch.
Right, and the one over there went no, and this one should.
That's a tough call.
Yeah, that's a tough call. I guess they're calling it that he
didn't actually have control.
Come down with it with control. He was still in the air when he got hit, and the ball was moving up his shoulder.
Yeah.
So we'll give that one. At least it wasn't a target call.
2nd and 10 from the 46. The give to Ronan, avoids a tackle in the backfield with that first step through. Is able to pick up maybe 2.5. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 8.
He ran off the left tackle, and the defensive end on the left side, which is the opposite side of the field, came all the way across the field, made the tackle, and that is number 14, Billett. He can move. He has great feet in addition to his size.
Going from right to left, the ball's on the near side hash. So for Gwynn, as he goes shotgun, sidecar right, 3 receivers right. Quick snap, Gwynn has time, getting protection. He could run it, does. Gets to the 50, inside the 50 to about the 45, but he's going to be shy of the first down marker. We don't see Gwynn try to run it very often, but he saw some daylight there. It just was not enough to produce a new set of downs. Let's see what they want to do. Would you be surprised with a 4th down and 1 call here?
He put a nice move on Hayden Kovalek, the linebacker, and got an extra probably 4 or 5 yards.
They're going to go for this.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if they just try to jump somebody off or not.
Very possible.
Play clock down to 10. Gamp wide to the left. Out of the eye. It goes to Ronan, and the ball is loose. He was not going to get to the first down marker. The ball came out, and it looks like it doesn't matter. The turnover on downs will go to Clearfield. That play did not have much of a chance.
No, there was 8 players in the box defensively for the Clearfield Bison, and there was no way that was going anywhere.
Are we to the stage in Keegan Gwynn's career, high school football, where you see quarterbacks being able to change a play at the line of scrimmage?
Whether or not he has that okay from Coach Franco, I mean, there's always audibles that are put in practice, so it's there. Oh, my.
1st and 10 as Billett gives to, that's McGonigal for 4.
And Nathan Patterson once again in on the stop.
It's going to bring up 2nd and a long 6. The ball is in Clearfield territory. Just sitting at the beautiful, bright colored Tyrone tee.
Boy, Clearfield running backs are, they're seeing some nice holes. They're usually getting 2-3 yards before they're even touched. They're getting some nice holes up front there from their offensive line.
Clearfield leads at 7-0, and Billett keeps it, runs left at the 40, 35, 30, brought down by Ronan and
Crowell.
Gavin Crowell.
Saved a touchdown. And there you
Big
see
pickup.
that RPO. That RPO that Clearfield runs, run pass option. He faked to the running back going off tackle, and he pulled it and went right around the end, and it was all green. He almost broke that for a score.
Driving Crowell with the tackle, just a sophomore. 1st and 10 from the Tyrone 30. The give is to McGonigal. Moves the pile 5 yards. That should be the last play of the first quarter. Doesn't necessarily have to be. Still about 20 seconds left unless the Clearfield Bison just want to settle for the 7-0 lead, take things to the sideline, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. 7-0 is your score. Clearfield leading the Tyrone Golden Eagles after 1 quarter of play. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM. Easy listening favorites, WTRN.
Nathan Varilla, Varilla Real Estate. Are you looking to sell your home? Look no further. We offer many tools to help you sell your house. Here at Varilla Real Estate, we offer professional pictures, drone footage, 3D virtual tour, social media excellence. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you sell your house. Check us out on Facebook or call us today, 201-2767, or visit us on our website, varillarealestate.com.
For fresh meat and cheese, forget the big box stores. Come to the biggest little store in Tyrone instead. Max Market and the Gridiron. Steaks like T-bone, porterhouse, top sirloin, and more. Fresh ground beef, country store hot dogs. And when you're on the go and hungry, it's Max Market and the Gridiron for delicious hoagies, pizza, stromboli, wedges, baked wings, and more. Take out or dine in. Family owned and operated since 1974. Max Market and the Gridiron. 1658 Columbia Avenue, Tyrone. Credit cards accepted. Call 814-684-0660. On the web at maxgridiron.com.
96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
Back at Gray Vets Memorial Field alongside Chuck Bannis, Jim Gregory. This is a home game, so just in case you're wondering, you can watch the game streaming. Hopefully there's no difficulty being able to hear us, but if you are having trouble on the stream hearing us, you can also tune in, WTRN, and Lightner Communications to listen to us and just kind of do your own simulcast.
Right, exactly. Second quarter, here we go.
Here we go. From the Golden Eagles 25-yard line, 2nd and 5. Billett under center. And he's going to give it to Jose Albin. He's going to be tackled for a loss. Good job by that left side of the defensive wall for the Golden Eagles, as it looked like Nathaniel Patterson got up over there, as well as Lagars.
And Devin Crowell slowed him up again in the backfield. So he's playing a fairly good game here so far in the first half.
Good to see Lagars back out there after missing last week.
Yep. And Crowell is also only a sophomore. So many of these kids are only sophomores and juniors.
So there's going to be some growing pains.
Oh, yeah. This is definitely a rebuilding year, but boys are going to pay benefits in the next couple of years.
Albin sidecar left, man in motion, right to left, and Billett keeps it. And he's not going to get anywhere on that one. Good job by, let's see, Ross Gamp is there. Who else? It was Nathaniel Patterson was there.
Patterson was there.
Yeah.
26, LaGrasse was there.
Cody Schneider.
It was like 8 out of the 11 black shirts were on them. And that's what they needed to bring him down.
And it's going to bring up a 4th down and 6 for the Bison, who lead at 7-0. 10:40 and counting left in the second quarter. Coldwell Banker Town & Country Real Estate half-time show will be coming your way. We'll bring you up to date on scores as the 4th down play. Billett throws, far sideline, caught for a 1st down, avoids a tackle taken out of bounds. The receiver there, we don't have a number or name for number 7, unless that's a number 2, which would be like Carson Klein.
Yeah, it's Carson Klein,
yes.
Number 2 for Clearfield.
So they'll move the chains. 1st and 10 from the Tyrone 12. Billett stands like a statue. when it comes to throwing the ball.
Oh, yeah.
But when he sees an opening, it doesn't take much to pick up good yards. Handoff given to Carter Chamberlain over the left side down to about the 10. Give him 2. It's going to bring up 2nd and 8 from the Golden Eagles 10-yard line.
And again, Nathan Patterson leads the charge along with number 25 there for the Golden Eagles. Nice job there. Patterson's playing a really, really good game at linebacker. He's giving away a lot of weight to both those Clearfield running backs.
Off his right hip is McGonigal. Billett takes the shotgun snap and keeps it over the right side. And there's no way you can not get positive yards when you're that big. The Golden Eagles defense has done a good job of taking him down for short yardage a couple of times, but more often than not, he's going to do what he did just there, and that is pick up 5. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 3 from the Eagles' 5-yard line. Bison break the huddle. Billett going to go under center. I formation, single receiver left. Keeps it, reaches for the end zone, and they give him the score. Billett does a lot of the work on that drive by himself. Not something that surprises the Golden Eagles, but when you're that big, it's hard to keep him out of the end zone. 13-0. Clearfield now out in front. Extra point upcoming. 8:51 left in the second quarter. Snap is good and the hold is down and the kick is through. Let's get some sponsors in. Chuck, you're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football. 96.9, 100.7 FM. WTRN, 8:51 left, second quarter. Clearfield leads it 14-0.
Okay, I'd like to thank some of our sponsors who bring Tyrone Golden football to you each and every week, home and away. Varilla Real Estate, Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate, Bob Pennington, broker, owner. Premier Pest Control, one of Jim's favorites.
It is my favorite. Believe me, I'm waiting for my opportunity.
Jim, I'll tell you what.
I'm slacking.
Maureen Sunderland gave us a text that she listens to the games and she loves the bug commercials. So there you go. Jim Gregory has now a bug fan commercial. And how about Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Surplus City, Ace Hardware, Thrivent Financial, Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, Max Market, and the Gridiron. Just some of the sponsors who bring our Tyrone Golden Eagle football to you. And I know some of you are texting us and saying that my feed on the volume is low unless you turn it on the radio. And as Jim said,
turn the radio on.
We cannot control the stream up above. They're on the roof. And we didn't have any problems last week away because there's no stream. So I don't know what the issue is there, but we'll try to rectify that for the next home game. But if you're having problems hearing, go to WTRN Radio 100.7 on your FM dial.
Miller and Beck back deep to receive. To our left, it'll go to Miller. Short hops it at the 20, 25. Stutters and is going to be brought down at the 30. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles there, trailing 14-0, 8:46 left second quarter.
And in on the stop for the Clearfield Bison is number 30. And wouldn't you know that name is also not, oh yes it is here, Shane Coudray. Shane Coudray, number 30. He wears both 56 and 30, so apparently he's wearing 30 tonight. They're trying to make it harder for us each game.
You going to the whiteout tomorrow night?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah?
Absolutely. Wouldn't miss that.
1st and 10, Golden Eagles at the line of scrimmage. Gwynn under center. Quick throw to the near side, out of the reach of Cortland Rhodes. Incomplete. 2nd and 10.
And that's just a little bit of inexperience. He's limping a little bit there, but a little bit of inexperience. When he threw that past Jim, he had the ball in the palm of his hands. You could tell he did not have the seams, and he was just trying to get rid of it so fast that he kind of launched it.
Well, the left ankle is taped. He was limping badly last week, and now he's limping again. So probably re-aggravated. Whatever the pain threshold is what he's going to have to deal with, and it will affect his ability to throw. Pump fake, throws, far side to Cortland Rhodes, enough for a first down. Soft coverage over on that far side by the Bison secondary allows the completion, and enough for a first down for the Tyrone Golden Eagles.
Nice pass on a rope. Good play by Cortland Rhodes. Kept the eyes on the ball all the way in and turned it upfield after the catch. Brought on by number 60, again, Hayden Kovalik for the Bison.
So we were talking about Keegan Gwynn's painful left ankle. I got one for you here in just a second. You have to wait for it.
Oh, I tingle with anticipation.
Yes. Play action for Gwynn. Throws over the head of Zach Lagar's. Incomplete. So that pain in the left ankle, if bugs are a pain in your whatever, Premier Pest Control is who you want to call. Mike Luther. Thank you very much, Mike, for the opportunity to make you a part of the broadcast tonight. 4 weeks in, sometimes it becomes a reach.
And if you're looking to join Jim's fan club, call Maureen Sunderland anytime, day or night.
Thanks, Maureen.
Thanks, Maureen.
I get so little support here, I'll tell you. Kidding.
But yeah, when you said that, I thought, okay, it has to be.
Yeah, it has to be. Yeah. I telegraphed that one, didn't I?
Yeah, well, I started tingling before. I was like, oh, this is exciting.
Whistle before the snap. And I think we're going to get the Golden Eagles called for some movement prior to the snap. They'll mark off 5.
Delay a game.
Oh,
they
wow.
called it delay a game.
That was a tight whistle against the play clock. Wow. Well, it does cost them 5, so it's going to bring up 2nd and 15 from the 38.
And that was our fault because we just didn't. I was so stunned by that,
I know.
last comment.
Are you okay?
I'm getting there.
Yeah, let me get you some water.
Thank you. I completely neglected to look at that little clock in the end zone.
Gamp and Rhodes wide to the near side as Tyrone has the ball on the left hash. Ronan in motion. They're going to protect for Gwynn to throw. Underneath to Ronan. Tries to spin out of a tackle by Rawls and is not able to. They bring him down with some help. Also there for Clearfield was Carter Chamberlain, but Rawls did a good job of slowing up by the shirt tail and prevented what could have been a little bit better of a gain for Tyrone. It's 2 yards on the completion, so 3rd and 13 from the 40.
A little confusion here with Tyrone getting players in. Now they seem to have 11 out there now for the Golden Eagles as they break the huddle. Play clock is down to 10 seconds.
4 receivers in formation. Ronan Baldoff to the near side. Rhodes, Gamp to the other side. And wow. That was a...
Ross Gamp, what a catch.
That was a jump ball for Gamp. And he came down with it over Carson Clark.
Down to 10 seconds.
4 receivers in formation. Ronan Baldoff to the near side. Rhodes, Gamp to the other side. And wow. That was a...
Ross Gamp, what a catch.
That was a jump ball for Gamp. And he...
And Gamp went up because he knew where the ball was and just out-jumped him. Great play by Ross Gamp, heads up.
The play getting into the huddle a little bit late, so the play clock could be a factor. Down to 2, down to 1, out of the eye. And they give it to Ronan, who's got the corner. He's got blockers. He's at the 40, 35, 30, stutter step. Decides to keep it in bounds. Ran back towards the defenders from Clearfield, but still a good run and enough. Could be a factor. Down to 2, down to 1, out of the eye. And they give it to Ronan, who's got the corner. He's got blockers. He's at the 40, 35, 30, stutter step. Decides to keep it in bounds. Ran back towards.
Getting smarter with each game. A couple games from earlier, he would have kept taking that inside where everything was clogged up. He saw it was clogged up. He bounced it outside. Good play.
If bugs are a problem in your life, the smartest play is Premier Pest Control. Mike Luther. Complete pass to the far side. Ball off with the catch. Inside the 25 to the 24. It's a gain of about 5. Called it second and a long 6.
And McGonigal in on the stop again. And right now, the Clearfield offense has the Bison guessing a little bit as to what they're going to do or where they're going to be. And they're getting some open windows, like right out 5-yard hitches or quick slants. It's there.
Clock running, 5:50 left before the half. They'll go I with Ronan. Lagarze is the up back. They give it to Ronan. He's tackled in the backfield. Billett is there to bring him down immediately. A loss. Back all the way to the 30. Wow, that's a big loss. This is going to bring up 3rd and 12. They need to get just inside the Clearfield 20 for a first down.
And that's another thing we talked about earlier in the keys to the game. Billett came through the A gap on a blitz, and he was in between the center and the guard before the center and the guard had a chance to get out of their three-point stances. That's how quick he is.
8 in coverage as they rush 3. Pass over the middle to Gamp. 20, 15, 10, 5. He reaches for the end zone. Oh, they didn't give it to him. What a great effort by Ross Gamp.
And that's that little outside slant we talked about. It's there. That's how quick he is.
8 in coverage as they rush 3. Pass over the middle to Gamp. 20, 15, 10, 5. He reaches for the end zone. Oh, they didn't give it to him. He reached for the end zone, but they say his knee touched down just inside the 2. So here we go. First and goal from the 2. Clock running. 4:45 left to go in the second. Gwynn keeps it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tyrone Golden Eagles. Keegan Gwynn with a 2-yard run puts them on the board. It's 14-6, 4:41 left, second quarter.
Now they're going to
go. First and goal from the 2. Clock running. 4:45 left to go in the second. Gwynn keeps it. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Tyrone Golden Eagles.
And Gwynn will try to kick the extra point, too, for the Tyrone Golden Eagles.
Low snap, and the kick is blocked. Coming in from that right side. And I think I'm going to give it to Bryant Schaefer. Looks like it was 65. Broke through that line and was able to get a hand on the Gwynn kick, and the snap wasn't great either. So there was just all kinds of problems there. It keeps Tyrone at 6. They'll trail by 8. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle Football. How about some sponsors?
Okay, let's talk with Varilla Real Estate. Thanks very much for Nate Varilla sponsoring us every single week, along with Proactive Sports, Best Way Pizza in Greenwood, and Farmers Insurance, Billy Joe Friday in Tyrone. We have Bedford Regional Urology, Tavern 27 in Park Hills, and again, last night, Jim, another great coaches show. We had the coaches from Claysburg, Kimmel, and Northern Bedford. Come on down and catch that show, 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock at the Tavern 27 in Park Hills, and catch some really good food. They have some good food down there. And
I know the manager over there, Dennis Shreve.
There you go.
That guy, he's one of the hardest working guys you will ever meet. He runs the show over there. It's good to see Dennis last weekend. He and his wife, Benita.
And don't forget about our Coldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate halftime show. And we're going to be giving you halftime stats and statistics, and also talk a little bit about the newest PIAA ruling that came out Wednesday afternoon that will affect all high schools throughout the Commonwealth.
Lagarze has it on the tee. Here's the run up. Short high, end over end. Hits at the 20. Picked up at the 18. Fumble! Picked up by the Golden Eagles, and they try to run it back for the score, but they do get some yardage on the return. It was picked up by Draven Crowell.
Up 25.
Was it 25? Thought it was 27.
No, he's getting mobbed down here. It was
fumble picked up by the Golden Eagles, and they try to run it back for the score, but they do get some yardage on the return. It was turnover. The first of the game for Clearfield now gives the Golden Eagles a short field. 1st and 10 at the Clearfield 21-yard line. Rhodes wide to the near side. Gwynn throws for the pylon, just out of the reach of Ross Gamp.
He had him. Gamp had a nice hitch and go there. And number 2, Klein, bid on that, and the ball just out of the outstretched arms of Ross Gamp in the end zone.
Baldoff will come in. Coming out is Trent Smith. Gwynn hobbles into the huddle with that heavily taped left ankle. Fighting through it. Scored the first touchdown just moments ago, and now on the ensuing kickoff, the Golden Eagles looking to take advantage of a turnover by the Bison. And before the snap of the ball, it looks like maybe John Franco has called timeout.
Yes, he did.
Yes, so that would be his first of the half. Clearfield has its full complement here with 4:28 left to go. Second quarter, 14-6. Clearfield on top of your Tyrone Golden Eagles.
And Jim, we have people continue to text us and let us know who's listening, and it's pretty neat. Bill and Denise Gamp in Waterford, Texas, listens to Golden Eagle football every Friday night, and their nephew is none other than Ross Gamp, who has Tyrone almost on the board there with a great catch, and has played an important role in this first half for the Golden Eagle. So, Bill and Denise, welcome. And thank you for listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle here on WTRN Radio. Of course, we already said Marlene Sunderland, Kim Kundi Van Evender, and Jeff and Lisa Daub, and Diane Brookman. And I'll tell you about this one in between plays because it's an interesting little story.
Okay. The Golden Eagles are still in the sideline huddle for the timeout, getting their instructions from Coach Franco. As they come back out on the field, they go right to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 from the Clearfield 22-yard line off the incompletion from Keegan Gwynn. Lagar's sidecar left. 3 receivers right. Quick throw and quick tackle. And they may not call that a completed pass. It was caught by Ronan, immediately smacked down by Hayden Kovalik, and the ball's out on the turf. On that tackle, Ronan comes off in some pain. That was a hard tackle he did not see coming. So he's going to go to the sideline. Beck will come in to replace him.
Yeah, Gwynn is obviously gimping on that left ankle. It's bothering him.
4:21, 6 seconds on the play clock. They hustle to the line. Gwynn keeps it, looking to throw, goes deep, and it's going to go almost out of the end zone, but then there's a flag coming in on the play. The coverage is going to gain a pass interference play against the Clearfield Bison. 4:14 left, second quarter. That should be a first down. Pass interference against the Bison.
Should be an automatic first down.
Yep, it is. So they're going to move it to the 10-yard line. It's just outside the 10, so it won't be a first and goal. It'll be 1st and 10. Call it the 11. That ankle for Gwynn gets a workout because he has to bring the play in from the sideline every time.
Plenty of time left on the 20 seconds on the game clock.
The play clock.
Play clock, rather, right.
I formation, Lagars. They fake to Beck. Gwynn rolls and throws incomplete as he was being hauled down from behind by Hayden Kovalik. He broke through and had some pretty good pressure in the face of Keegan Gwynn.
They look like they're making Gwynn come out of the game for a minute.
So they're going to send Walk in.
Yeah, they're going to send.
It's an equipment issue for Gwynn. Ashlyn Walk, the freshman quarterback, he's gotten some snaps in these first 3 weeks. So let's see what kind of poise he has in this kind of situation. Under center, 2nd and 10 from the 11. From the I, gives it to Beck. Tackled in the backfield, a loss of 2. Walk will come right back out. Gwynn will go right back in.
This is a big play for Tyrone here because you think, what would you do? Would you go for the field goal? But Gwynn's the kicker, and is he back in yet? Did he come?
He is back in.
So he must be all
with
right.
that ankle. What are his limitations in the kicking game?
Exactly.
3:41 and counting left, the second quarter. Lagars off the right hip of Keegan Gwynn. Rhodes wide right, throw over the middle, complete to Gamp, down to the 1. Gwynn just has all kind of confidence when he looks and finds Ross Gamp.
That should be close to a first.
1 and counting left, the second quarter. Lagars off the right hip of Keegan Gwynn. Rhodes wide right, throw over the middle, complete to Gamp, down to the 1. Gwynn just has second quarter, the clock's rolling. 4th down and 1 from just outside the 2. Tyrone calls timeout. Coach Franco is going to come out onto the field to talk about this one. See some things that maybe he did not like, or maybe saw something in that Clearfield defense that maybe there's a different play he'd like to run here. Could be a mix of all those.
If they come up under center, he might very well be telling them, okay, wherever 14 lines up, go the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Stay
well, with the
away.
ankle too now, and obviously the touchdown for Tyrone is a run by Keegan Gwynn. But if you're going to bunch everything up right over the center, that opportunity to push
right.
is made more difficult for a quarterback sneak.
Especially for Gwynn, because he can't push off that bad ankle.
Right.
But I was going to tell you, Jim, was Diane Brinkman has been listening while on vacation in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and she texted to us, watching waves and listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle
the dulcet tones
on the beach
of Chuck Bannis.
There you go.
And the dulcet waves of the Atlantic Ocean.
Yep.
Lapping at her feet.
Probably is all excited now.
So from that relaxation, we now get back to the action, 4th and 1. They can get a first down without getting a touchdown. Lagars, Gwynn keeps it. They try and push him through, and I'm afraid, boy, this is going to be a close spot of the ball.
They're going to have to measure for
Gwynn
this.
comes out of it hobbling again, and they're going to make the decision that they did not get enough for the first down.
Oh, that's a tough break for Tyrone there. Boy, they put that one in, and even, if they go for 2 or kick. But either way, 14-6 at halftime. This is going to raise some eyebrows around the Mountain League and also Central Pennsylvania football here. Clearfield undefeated coming into the game tonight.
Pretty long field for the Bison. Only 98 yards to go the distance, as Billett keeps it and just tries to bull ahead, and does for at least 3 or 4 from the 2 out across the 5.
About to 7.
About to the, almost a gain of 5.
Clock running, 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the first half. In case you're just joining us, Clearfield Bison 14, Tyrone Golden Eagles 6.
Boy, they needed that score there.
Yes,
but
they did.
you know what? They keep it right here where it's at. They go to the locker room. They can say they played a great first half and only trail by 8. They could be tied.
And they get the ball to receive the second half.
Hand off to McGonigal. 15, 20, 25, out to the 30, tackled from behind. Big gain. There to make the tackle was Draven Crowell.
Saved a touchdown.
Give Albin credit for that run, by the way. Jose Albin.
And this is where you have to watch Billett and shotgun throwing deep.
They go no huddle. Billett keeps it. Has running room. at the 40, stiff arms at the 45, and goes out of bounds. Stops the clock with 1:50. 1st and 10. They'll move the sticks on the game by Billett. They threw a wrinkle there at the Tyrone defense by going no huddle. They changed the pace. Tyrone wasn't ready for it. And so Billett is able to take advantage with a 13-yard gain. The ball's on the near side hash going from right to left, and there's a whistle on the field. Do we have a timeout called by Clearfield? We do. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football. 96.9, 100.7. Easy favorites, WTRN. Chuck?
Don't forget about Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate halftime show coming up at halftime. We will have first half stats and analysis, as well as some breaking news from the PIAA concerning their new rulings for high school athletics that just was issued on Wednesday. You're not going to want to miss that. Varilla Real Estate is sponsoring us again, and we thank you. Bedford Regional Urology again sponsors us, and also they are the sponsors of our Tyrone Player of the Week award. Each and every week they have a plaque made for the individual that Jim and I vote for, and we elect a player of the game each week. Tavern 27 in Park Hills. Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate. Bob Pennington Broker, owner. Premier Pest Control. Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting. And now, Jim, back to you.
All right, both teams back at the line of scrimmage now. Billett under center. Looks, throws right. Wide open receiver over there at the midfield stripe. And it's caught, and Carson Klein is the man with the ball in his hands. Takes it out of bounds. They'll move the sticks after the gain of 11. Stops the clock with 1:42. So this is an official 2-minute offense by the Bison.
And you got to watch that hitch and run. I mean, they drove Noon back, and he gave real soft coverage. He was about 12, 15 yards downfield when the receiver caught the ball.
Billett has it. It's almost intercepted.
That was 6.
Wow.
Nathan Patterson, and that was 6. He had nothing but green grass ahead of him. He was gone.
Such a good read by Nathan Patterson to come underneath the route. He watched the quarterback, Billett. He knew where he was going with the football. It's such a hard thrown ball. And unless you're playing some receiver and used to catching the football, it's just going to be a tough one to make for Patterson. But, you know, give him credit for reading the play and coming up with the incompletion. 1:39 left second quarter. 2nd and 10 from the 43. Billett throws far sideline. Klein makes the catch and then falls out of bounds to stop the clock. But it's not enough for a first down. It'll be a 3rd and a short 1 for Clearfield. The ball resting just at the 34 of the Golden Eagles.
The Bison really dodged a bullet there. That could have put this game almost dead even, if not even, with a 2-point conversion at halftime. Tyrone has got to hold them here, not let them put any points on the board with the next 1:32 and go into halftime feeling pretty good about themselves.
Billett with a man in the backfield is going to keep it. Runs through. Oh, the football's out, and the Golden Eagles have it. Billett had a good run, picked up enough for a first down, and then the ball came out before the whistle. This should be Tyrone football. The defense is saying, yes, somebody knocked the ball out of the arms of Ollie Billett, and the Golden Eagles come up with yet another turnover. What a big play for the Tyrone defense.
And it looks, one of the things that when we interviewed Coach Franco in the beginning of the year on our coaches show, one of the things he said was he wanted to be able to see his younger kids start to learn not just the plays and the X and O's, but learn how to compete. In the last 2 games, we've seen this team learning how to compete and actually performing that competition on the field. That's a good sign. Coach Franco has to be pleased with that, Jim.
From their own 25, from the I, Keegan Gwynn rolling, throwing, near side to Beck. 30, knocked out at the 33. That could get a flag. for a late hit, and the officials say no. It was close. But when you have it on the near sideline with all the Tyrone fans, you're going to hear it, and they're letting him hear it. Really, there was no need for that hit.
No.
It was inbounds, but not necessary.
Right.
So by the letter of the law, they're gonna let it go. It is enough for a 9-yard gain, 2nd and 1, just shy of the 35 for the Golden Eagles. Gwynn, hands. Oh, and he's hitting the backfield. That's Brady Ronan. Ran into his own blocker. It was Corey Beck, who got knocked off the line of scrimmage.
Picked up the first down. It's going to be really close, Jim. Really close. Good second effort by Newton.
They gave it to him.
Yep, he got it.
Ronan has a nose for the sticks.
And I watched that last play. I watched Billett, and he was triple teamed by the Tyrone front. 3 Golden Eagles were on him, blocking him.
Empty backfield for Keegan Gwynn. Clock rolling, 55 seconds. Gwynn throws, and it's through the hands of Corey Beck. Lots of coverage over there, but it still got to the intended receiver, but just a little high for Corey Beck. Stops the clock at 50. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 from the 35.
Stay tuned for the Coldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate Halftime Show. We'll have first half stats and some scores from around the area. That's coming up on the Coldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate Bob Pennington Broker Halftime Show. Broker owner halftime show.
Timeout called by Clearfield. That will be their 2nd of the half. Tyrone came out empty. 5 receivers. And so the Bison will want to talk about it.
And some of our sponsors, while we have a minute here: Surplus City, Ace Hardware, Thrivent Financial, Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, Max Market in the Gridiron, Proactive Sports, Best Way Pizza, Greenwood, Farmers Insurance, Billy Joe Friday in Tyrone. And you know, you ask about tomorrow at Penn State game. That's going to be a Donniebrooker. That's going to be a lot of fun, big game. They're anticipating anywhere from 107 to 110,000. I'll probably get out of the parking lot about Sunday afternoon. But it'll be worth it.
But if you're happy,
it'll be a lot of fun, yeah. And Penn State's playing good football.
They sure are.
And
they're ranked 10th right now.
They're ranked 10th.
Auburn 22nd. Right. A win against a 22nd ranked team gives you a chance to maybe slide up a couple of spots depending on what happens ahead of you.
Exactly.
They still go empty back to the line of scrimmage after the timeout. Throw across the middle to Baldoff. Fights off a defender and makes the catch. It gets the first down.
And Jim, I saw a good commercial today on the Penn State. I'll go ahead. They're going quick.
Yes, they're going to go immediately to the line. Gwynn throwing down the near sideline, rather, incomplete. He was looking for Ross Gamp.
The cartoon showed the Nittany Lion and Coach Franklin sitting at a table with a whiteboard in front of them with this written on it by somebody who looked like a professor. Yes, I understand what you're saying, but listen. Ohio State could lose the rest of their games, and we can win the rest of those games, and we'd still be ranked below them.
Yes.
I thought that was a classic.
Life in the Big Ten.
Yes.
The clock shows 41 and change left on the game clock. Gwynn rolling to his left. And, you know, I'm going to just say this. If you're going to limp to the huddle and you're going to try and roll out to pass to your left in the face of the rush from Ollie Billett,
that's tough.
You're asking for trouble.
And I'll tell you another thing, and I'll give Gwynn credit for this, whether he did it intentionally or not, but I'm going to give him kudos. He did. He threw that ball low at the ankles of Ronan rather. He saved his life because 25 was coming and he was going to blast him. So, you know, that was a good, smart play by the Tyrone quarterback.
3rd and 10, Gwynn looks to throw down the near sideline for Gamp again, and they just cannot find the timing on that pass route. Gamp was closely covered And so it's going to bring up 4th down and a punt upcoming for Zach Lagars, who will do the punting for the Golden Eagles. 33.5 seconds left in the half. First quarter went by pretty quickly. Second quarter has involved a couple of turnovers, a lot more passing.
Clearfield has
slowed things down.
Back. They're coming.
And they get it away. Lagars. Punt hits at the 30, takes a big Tyrone bounce, and they are able to down it inside the 10, around the 5, with 22.8 seconds left. And then there's a flag thrown just now, way after the whistle, unsportsmanlike, against Clearfield. So something happened behind the play. There was some jawing, and the Bison player made some contact with the Golden Eagle player. Didn't see who it was.
I didn't see either. It was well behind it. The ball was down on the 5, and the flag was thrown up here at about the 48-yard line. 22.8 seconds left in the first half of play.
Both teams with just one timeout. This would appear to be a take a knee situation. Go to the locker room.
14-6. The Bison's up by 8 at this time. It was all Clearfield being up 14-0, and then Tyrone's been playing tough and hanging in there and having opportunities, and came back and did score a touchdown. Unfortunately, the PAT kick was blocked, and it's where we stand now at 14-6. I'm not sure what they're.
Well, it looks like John Franco is going to take that last time out.
So, with that in mind,
please do.
Thanks again to everyone who continues to sponsor our Golden Eagle football on WTRN Radio 100.7, 96.9. Easy listening favorites. Gorilla Real Estate. Caldwell Banker, Town and Country Real Estate. Bob Pennington, broker, owner. Bedford Regional Urological. Tavern 27 and Park Hills. Premier Pest Control. Justin Reeder, Timber Harvesting. Tyrone Tire and Automotive. Surplus City. Ace Hardware. Thrivent Financial. Long's Field Service. Community Pharmacy. Max Market and the Gridiron. Proactive Sports. Best Way Pizza in Greenwood. And Farmers Insurance. Billy Joe Friday of Tyrone. Also want to welcome Janice Fink, listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football with Jim and I on WTRN Radio, as well as, again, and thank you, Chris Wilson out in Redlands, California, for joining us on WTRN Radio, and again, Richmond, Virginia, Julie Lance.
So Billett takes a knee, and that should end the half. But I got to tell you, while Clearfield had control of the first, Tyrone had control of this game in the second, for my money. And I'm just going to leave you with this. When it comes to control, if you have problems controlling pests and bugs in your home, don't call Tyrone football team. Don't call the Clearfield football team. Call Mike Luther, Premier Pest Control. All right, we're going to send it to the half. The Coldwell Banker Town & Country halftime show coming your way. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM WTRN.
See Gary McGovern at Thrivent Financial First. Gary can help you with your personal or business planning, plus college or retirement solutions. Thrivent also provides life and disability insurance as well as mutual funds in the U.S. Top 5 ranking. Call 207-5805 or email gary.mcgovern@thrivent.com. Thrivent Financial, 1051 Pennsylvania Avenue, Tyrone.
Best Way Pizza! If you dare to be square, I'll take my pizza square.
Whether it's before the game or after the game, satisfy your hunger at Best Way Pizza in Greenwood. You'll get it fast and get it fresh. Ask for the 3-cut special, the 10-cut special, or feeding a crowd, get the 28-cut party pizza at Best Way Pizza in Greenwood. Go Golden Eagles!
Best Way Pizza! If you dare to be square.
I
High school football games are fun, but where do you go when the game's over? The Bullpen Restaurant and Sports Bar. You'll love the Bullpen's relaxing atmosphere and their variety of delicious foods. Appetizers like nachos, fried shrimp, and their original bull chips. Wings in your favorite varieties, including the Bullpen's famous bull sauce. Juicy burgers, sandwiches, and entrees like ribeyes.
by the cheerleaders for each team, and we're going to start with Pee-wee. So our Pee-wee football, the team is the Saints, and the players, Tripp Black, Abraham Detweiler, Garrett Campoli, Lincoln Brookshire, Nathaniel Young, Camden Holland, Nathan Weiger, Connor Williams, William Young, Ben Detweiler, Michael Green, Sam Gwynn, Hayden Harper, Nolan Harris, Xavier Taylor, Brayton Wright, Logan Harris, and Dominic Young. The cheerleaders for the Saints, head coach, cheerleading coach Brittany Harris, and the girls are Cassidy Harris, McKenna Barnhart, Allison Hartster, Jay Ross, Charlie Barnhart, Ainsley Bukalik, and Azaria Oz. That is the Saints. Next up, your Pee-wee Steelers. Michael Waite, Jackson Amy, Jace Friday, Maverick Gummo, Kia Customer, Nathaniel Latchford, Darian Oliver, Gabe Taylor, Megan Walk, Hunter Dick, Kobe Fletcher, Noah Garrett, Eli Jones, Wyatt Landon, Ty Myers, Josiah Mahoney, Parker Taylor, and Evan Zupon. Their cheerleaders, coached by Morgan Moody and Jenna Weir, are Paisley Bruce Moody, Ava Garrett, Leia Mayu, Karen Confer, Raymond Carson, Hadley Cunningham, Ryland Keehan, Marlena Mayu, Lexi Smith, and Leanne Waite. And that is your Steelers. Next up, Pee-wee Wolfpack. Austin Beckwith, Garrett Castanova, Cooper Good, Mason Gummo, Jason Lucas, Wyatt Neville, Kevin Schneider, James Starr, Kent Kramer, Cora Glenn, Reese Graham, Branson Hartman, Isaiah Messino, Caleb Schneider, Nicholas Schneider, and Jackson Taylor. Your Wolfpack cheerleaders, coached by Skylar Rudisil, Kinsley Thomas, Sophia Riggin, Georgia Good, Isaiah Messino, and Kyla Schneider. And that is your Pee-wee Wolfpack. Next up, for youth football, the Saints. Ryder Black, Mason Harper, Keegan Hewitt, Colton Light, Gabriel Orndorff, Mason Van Alman, Ryder George, Gavin Henry, Elijah Johnson, Reese Rawlings, and John Strout. Cheerleaders for the Saints, Amber Hewitt and Tracy Gorilla-Tosis, Iris Walk, Elena Hewitt, Mika Varela, Bryn Campoli, Milo Rigby, Ashley Steele, Carmela Varela, and Anna Robinson. And that is your Saints. Next up, the Steelers. Colin Harper, Chandler Eliongris, Hayden Prestonwater, Kate Zoe Barnhart, Nevaeh McClellan, Riley Dillon, Heidi Brower, and Ariana Ewing. That's your Steelers. And next up, the Wolfpack. Jackson Beckwith, Wolfton Fry, Aileen Graham, Brennan Long, Reed Starr, Mason Biter, Kristen Naylor, Karen East, Tyson Graham, Cohen Quinn, Zach Silva, Uriah Walk, and Jen Hoover. Cheerleaders, coached by Chelsea Ziders, Emma Ziders, Madison Buskert, Hazel Hoover, Kendall Peters, Riley Clark, Aubrey Jurinovic, Peyton Miller, and Addison McDonald. Ladies and gentlemen, your youth football program. Let's hear it from all of them, the coaches, the cheerleaders. What a great program. We want to thank the parents, families, friends, and coaches for joining us tonight. Your ongoing support of this is unmatched. Okay, and now we are going to do the kickoff at recess, you guys, correct? This is the Max Gridiron Powerhouse kickoff. So we're going to do this up at the north end zone. And our contestants for this, we have a state champion pitcher, Aiden Coleman, Landon DeHaas, and Bubba Rock. So the rules are, if they make the kick from the 15-yard line, it's a $25 gift card from Max or Powerhouse. And if they make it from the 25-yard line, it's a 25 gift card to each. That's taken from the 15, and that was good. Landon DeHaas, no good. Welcome back to the field, your Golden Eagles. Next up is Bubba Walk for the kick. To the 15. He wants to try to participate. And he missed the dismount on that one, and it wasn't any good. I think that's going to wrap it up. Coleman then is the winner. He gets a $25 gift card. It's his choice of either Max Gridiron or Powerhouse Sub. So we thank both Max and Powerhouse and the football boosters for arranging that each week. If you have any ideas of who wants to kick in that, make sure you see the football boosters for your ideas on that.
An interesting second half, that's for sure.
Well, the Golden Eagles certainly surprised some folks going on the road to Bellefonte last week and coming away 21-0 winners. And right now, trailing 14-6, that would be surprising some folks who are keeping track of Mountain League scores around the area. And right now, if I'm Coach Franco, I'm saying, listen, I told you that you're getting better after last week's win. You're showing improvement in this first half against a team that has so much more experience, size, and age. Just lean in, keep leaning in, and don't quit.
And compete, 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 compete. If you don't win that play, turn the page and compete on the next play.
Yes.
Don't dwell on it. Just keep competing. Each time you get better with each play. This team, as we said, 90% of this team is sophomores and juniors. And the way they've played the last 2 weeks, their future is a year away, and they're going to be pretty good. Should be interesting, Jim, to see how. I'm looking to see if I can find Keegan Gwynn out there.
He's out there. I saw him.
There?
Yes, he was throwing passes here on the sideline to Ross Gamp.
Okay, I
and
wasn't
he's
sure
ready
how
to go.
he was doing with his jumping jacks there, if he could come down on his ankle.
He's ready to go.
Good.
He's on the near sideline here, and both teams are in their team huddle right now, getting ready for the start of the second half.
And the Tyrone team is actually showing some emotion out there. They went into their, after their calisthenics, they went into their little team huddle there, and there was some juice going out there, Jim.
Well, the fans are giving them some juice because there are a lot of them here tonight. It's just a great atmosphere in central Pennsylvania. What a great place to live and work here in Blair County. When you have an atmosphere like this in Tyrone or in Martinsburg or in Claysburg, it's just classic Friday night high school football.
Community pride.
In central Pennsylvania.
Community pride. Beautiful night. There's a moon out. Temperature's not too warm, but it's probably in the low 70s right now.
The Blue Devils home tonight?
They're at Southern Huntington.
That's right. We already mentioned they're playing, so I didn't know if they were at or home. All right, so the Golden Eagles are getting ready to take the field. The Bison are already out on the field. Ready to kick it away is Luke Sidoric.
And when I gave number 15, who's back deep there for Tyrone, when I gave him his plaque for the player of the week.
That's a couple weeks ago. Yeah, but he didn't get it 2 weeks ago. He had to wait till this week.
So I gave it to him, and then, of course, Noonan, Ronan. He's shorter than I am, which thrilled me.
Sidoric has it on the tee. We're ready to go. Miller and Beck standing at their own 15. Sidoric with the run up. The right foot is into it, and it'll go to Miller at the 16, 20, 25. Cuts inside to the 30, knocked down hard at the 35, forward to about the 36. Pretty good return, about 20 yards for Colton Miller. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles at their own 36, trailing 14-6.
Excellent return. Any coach will tell you you can bring a kickoff back past your 35-yard line and set your team up first down on your 36 or further out. That's an excellent return. So good job to get things started for the Golden Eagles in the second half.
So during the half, unless you keep moving, that ankle will tighten up. And he looks a little worse for wear after the half as Ronan takes the handoff from Gwynn and maybe gets a yard. Not much. Never actually goes down. So that'll be right at a yard on the gain by Ronan. 2nd and 9. Gwynn is he's
hurt.
Yeah. And I guess the decision is he could still be effective or he wouldn't be in there.
And for those of you who are not familiar, the backup quarterback for Tyrone.
Walk is throwing here on the sideline, Coach.
Number 14, which is Walk, Ashton Walk, and he is a true 9th grader.
Gwynn has the pass batted down. And Corey Beck loses his helmet trying to block Ollie Billett. Billett knocking that pass down, brings up 3rd and 9 on the incompletion. We're just early here in the 3rd quarter.
Billett just comes with a bull rush. he just brings it.
Golden Eagles come to the line of scrimmage. The Gars is the back just off the left hip of Keegan Gwynn. He's going to provide some blocking, and the pass is connected with Brady Ronan, but Ronan had to go to his knees to make the catch. He's touched immediately down, and so the gain is for really nothing. It's going to bring up 4th and 9 from the 37, and a punting scenario for the Golden Eagles.
Golden Eagles have to get a nice kick and get down there on punt coverage. not give Clearfield a short field to start the third quarter.
Klein is the single return back for Clearfield. Lagars gets the kick away. It's a line drive. Going to be difficult for Klein. He makes it the catch off a one-hopper and has a pretty good return. They set up a wall over there on the left side, right side, and he gets a good return out to about the 40-yard line.
Yep.
So, let's call it about 15 yards on the return. 1st and 10 for the Bison, who lead at 14-6, 10:23 left to go, third quarter.
It's be interesting to see if Gwynn is not in there on defense. I don't see him out there right now. No, he's not out there.
Billett goes under center. And he'll hand to McGonigal. Pickup of 5.
And number 22 for Tyrone, of course, that's Corey Beck in on the stop. Again, first down play and 5 yards. That's 2nd and 5 or less. That's what Clearfield wants. Really makes their offensive style of play a little bit tougher to defend against.
Can open up the playbook when you've got 2nd or 3rd and very manageable. Klein comes wide to the near side. Clearfield on offense going from right to left here at Gravettes. They'll go power eye right. And the handoff. And that was Jose Alda, right?
Right.
You got it? 35?
Number 35.
33, rather.
33.
Jose Alban, excuse me. I get my Jose Albans and Jose Aldas confused with my MMA.
Brady
There's a
Rhodes.
Jose Alda.
He saved a touchdown.
Yes, he did. Sorry.
That's all right. It's ankle stop.
It's a first down for the Clearfield Bison into Tyrone territory now at the 43. The ball between the hashes. Single back in the backfield with Billett under center. And the handoff goes to McGonigal. Hard running. He actually never goes down. They stack him up after a gain of 6. It's close to 7, but we'll call it 2nd down and 4 from the 38 of the Golden Eagles.
There were 10 Tyrone players involved in that tackle, and he still did not go down.
Billett under center. Hands to the first back through. It's going to be enough. Nope, just shy of a first down. On the carry, though, it was the youngster Carter Chamberlain, just a sophomore, but a hard runner.
Ross Gamp in on the stop for Tyrone.
Chamberlain, a 5'10", 180-pounder. Strong legs, low center of gravity. Gets enough to bring up 3rd and 1 from the 34 of the Golden Eagles now. Billett will go under center once again. He's going to keep it. Has enough for the first down and more. Inside the 25 to about the 24. They may mark him down at the 25, but it's certainly more than enough for a first down for the Bison, who lead at 14-6, 7:50 and counting left in the third quarter.
And I wasn't in the Bison locker room at halftime, but it looks like Coach Chinoco has said, all right, here's what we're going to do in the second half. We are going to take the ball and we're going to drive it right down their throats. We're going to try to overpower them on the line of scrimmage and just pick up big chunks of yardage. And they're doing that right now with 5 and 6 yards a carry.
Billett. Hands to, is that Alban? Wow. Some hard running from Jose Alban. Just bouncing off Tyrone Golden Eagles, who just would not wrap him up. He picks up at least 9. No, they say it's enough for a first down. It's a 10-yard run for Jose Alban.
10 yards on that play. And he broke at least 3 tackles. And again, you called it there. You know, broke tackles. Arm tackles aren't going to work. You have to wrap up, and that comes with experience. You know, you got to wrap people up and go in and keep your legs and shoulders square. And obviously that wasn't the case there for the Golden Eagles.
1st and 10 from the Tyrone 15-yard line. Chamberlain's the up back. McMonigal is the deep back, and they give it to Chamberlain to the 5 into the end zone for the touchdown. Cortland Rhodes tried to tackle him high at the 5. Chamberlain just dragged him that extra 5 yards for the touchdown, and now with 6:44 left, third quarter, Clearfield's on the board with their third touchdown of the game. A 15-yard run by Chamberlain for Clearfield, the extra point upcoming from Sidoric.
And not one passing play. Everything was right off tackle. Bam, bam, bam. Just smash mouth football.
High snap, kick is up, and it is good. 21-6, Clearfield out in front. Unfortunate when you think about it. Tyrone had a chance to get within 2 points of a 2-point conversion of tying the game late in the second quarter on a 4th and 1 from the 2. They just needed a yard for a whole set of downs, and they couldn't get that. That is the scenario that ended the second quarter, and now they find themselves in a deeper hole down 15 with that, and they came out with the football to start the second half and couldn't do anything there. So just some missed opportunities right now for the Golden Eagles.
And let's see what happens here. Prior to the kickoff, let's talk about some of our good sponsors. Varilla Real Estate, Bedford Regional Urology, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, Caldwell Banker Town and Country Real Estate, Bob Pennington, broker, owner, Premier Pest Control, Justin Reeder Timber Harvesting, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Surplus City, Ace Hardware. Thank you very much for these sponsors for bringing Tyrone Golden Eagle football to your homes and your radios each and every Friday evening, both home and away.
You know, and I think of other missed opportunities in that second quarter. Nathaniel Patterson had an interception go through his hands.
That was a pick
It was
six.
a tough catch,
Yep.
but if he makes it, he's going the other way. There's another touchdown that just did not get realized by the Golden Eagles. So Doric with the run up, and it's taken by Miller just at his 18, up over the 25-30, and he'll meet up with some Bison who are not friendly, and they bring him down at the 30. So blocking there could have been better for that return. There was not much there, and so Colton Miller just figured.
Yeah, live another day.
Yeah.
One of the Tyrone blockers ran by 2 would-be tacklers, and that's who made the tackle. Never touched it, one of them, and that was only a sophomore, so he'll learn, especially when they watch film on point that out to that young man.
Gamp comes wide to the near side, Rhodes top side. The ball's on the near side hash, I formation for Keegan Gwynn. They're going to give it to Ronan. Had a hole, but it closed quickly.
Number 53 there for the Bison, and that is
Mitch Rolls.
Mitchell Rolls.
Rolls is the defender who picked off Keegan Gwynn in that first quarter, the first turnover of the game for Tyrone. Clearfield's had a couple of turnovers here. 3?
No huddle.
No huddle for the Golden Eagles. They'll go shotgun, empty set. 5 receivers for Keegan Gwynn. 2nd and 8 from the 32, and the pass to Ronan is complete. It'll be enough for a first down.
And that seam is there, and it continues to be there as they're playing. Clearfield's playing man-for-man secondary coverage, and they're given that inside wing there.
They're going to keep
slot
going with the
player.
no huddle, Coach.
Yeah, that slot is wide open, and there again you can see it. Now they're dropping a linebacker out there to pick him up.
Gwynn's pass complete over to the far side hash. That's Corey Beck with the catch. A pickup of 6, going to bring up 2nd and 4.
Game's not over by any stretch of the imagination. If Tyrone can go down and put 7 on the board here, they're right back in it again.
Oh, not just because they put 7 on the board, but because they showed that the no-huddle offense is something that could work. Looking to throw again. Intended for Ronan, but the DB comes up and makes a hard hit right as the ball arrived. And give credit to the defensive back there, Nathaniel Natoli.
You can only go to the well so often, and they ran that slot pass 3 times in a row. And sooner or later, somebody that's a senior is going to say, hey, wait a minute, this is what they're doing, and he's going to try to jump it. And that's exactly what Clearfield just tried to do there.
Well, the no huddle did earn them a couple of first downs, so they at least have affected field position. They go back to the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 47.
Double coverage on Ross Gamp down here.
Gwynn's pass. It's caught by Ronan. It went through the hands of Baldoff and somehow ended up in the hands of Cortland Rhodes.
They practiced.
They go back to the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 47.
Double coverage on Ross Gamp down here.
Gwynn's pass. It's caught by Ronan. It went through the hands of Baldoff and somehow ended up in the hands. A gain down to the 31 of the Bison.
And
1st and 10.
That was a perfect bank shot. Perfect.
Empty set. 5 receivers. Gwynn has to get rid of it quickly and does. Makes a hookup with Ronan inside the 30 to about the 27-yard line of the Bison, so a pickup of 4.
And they better watch Nathan Natoli for Clearfield. He is trying to time that up, and he's just a hair behind coming up and picking that. And if he picks that, it's Katie bar the door. He's gone.
Lagars comes in late to the huddle, taking the place of Corey Beck. Out of the huddle, the Golden Eagles come. The play clock shouldn't be a factor. It's inside 10, but they're set and ready to go. Lagars, and there's a motion prior to the snap of the football. Flags are down. It'll cost the Golden Eagles 5, bring up 2nd and 11. They'll mark it back to the 32 of the Clearfield Bison.
Clearfield or Tyrone might be interested in playing like a little hitch and go with that slot receiver, because the way they're breaking on that slot pass now, and even if they don't complete it, it's going to talk to those safeties, hey, you better respect the deep ball, not just come flying up thinking it's going to be a short pass every time.
Gwynn, fake, and then they tried to set up the screen right. They faked left, came back right to Lagars, and that pass falls incomplete. It was a little bit behind Lagars. Would have been a tough catch.
Very tough.
Yeah, 3rd and 11 now from the 32.
Behind him as he was running, and then also Don.
There were plenty of defenders there. Yeah.
There's more defenders there than black shirts to block. Yep. They read that pretty well, the Bison did.
5 receivers in formation. Gwynn looking to throw over the middle. It was almost intercepted.
We just talked about that.
Yep.
You cannot just keep
McMonigal
doing it over and over and over without shaking it up a little bit.
Yeah, Mark McGonigal read that perfectly and just couldn't hold on to it. He would have gone, about 65 yards for a touchdown.
Yep.
So it brings up 4th and 11, trailing 21-6 with 3:26 left to go. Coach Franco says we've got to get something here. Let's see what the play call is. They're going to go 5 receivers in formation once again. Rhodes, Beck, Ronan, Gamp. He has time, throws over the middle, out of the reach of Deegan Baldoff. He got behind the defender, and Gwynn overshot him by a couple of yards. Turnover on downs. The ball belongs to the Bison. 1st and 10 at their own 32.
And Jim, we'll talk to our fan. You know, a lot of the people, especially in central Pennsylvania, not maybe north central, but down around this area, Clearfield is known as the Clearfield Bisons, but it's not correct. It's Clearfield Bison. And a lot of people, even in the program in Tyrone tonight, it had an S on Bison, I see. But if anybody from Clearfield will be ready to tell you it's Clearfield Bison.
Clearfield at the line of scrimmage. They're going to give it to McGonigal. Hard running, tackled hard, hit hard high, but look how many Golden Eagles it takes to finally bring him down after a gain of 13. There's 5 Golden Eagles there to bring him down because they tackled so high.
Yeah, Tyrone's starting to get worn down now. You can see even the linemen are getting, they're getting pushed back. Linebackers are starting to get carried. And when they were having 9 or 10 helmets to the ball. Now there's some of them that the play's still in motion, and a couple of them are even walking back towards where the play is.
It's a gain of 13 for McGonigal.
Obvious sign that they're getting tired.
Billett gives it to McGonigal again. He's got running room at the 50, 45, 40. And Cortland Rhodes will wrap him up around the waist and bring him down at the 36-yard line of the Golden Eagles, with a Golden Eagle down at the Tyrone 48-yard line. And the training staff is out quickly. We don't have a number. And I think I can tell you that's Nathan Patterson.
Looks like it's a cramp. They're working a cramp. Trainer Dave is out there, and he's working on a cramp. And we'll give credits to Cortland Rhodes. He saved a touchdown there. He shadow boxed long enough to get his blocker, made McGonigal commit, and then he slid off the blocker and wrapped him up for the tackle.
Patterson is struggling now with cramps in both legs as they're trying to stretch it out. This has been a warmer atmosphere than maybe you would have considered as we move further into fall, but it's just been a beautiful fall so far for Blair County, and the temperatures have been hovering in the low to mid 80s, and as a result, players have to hydrate and have to be reminded to hydrate to avoid these kinds of issues.
The official temperature right now at this moment here at Clearfield is 68 degrees. Just dropped from 70 as we were getting ready to bring you that temperature check.
So 1st and 10 from the Golden Eagles 36-yard line as the Bison come back out, and they'll operate the offense from there, leading 21-6 with 2:37 left in the third quarter. Billett gives it to Jose Albin. Smack down, and then a flag comes in, and I'm going to say there's probably a hold in there against the Bison.
And Zach LaGrasse made a great tackle from his linebacker position. Came downhill, good nose for the ball, wrapped him up, and dropped him after only about a 2-yard gain.
Holding the call. From the spot of the foul, the 36 back to the 46 of the Golden Eagles. So now it's going to be 1st and 20 for Clearfield.
2:28 remaining in the third quarter of action. On a running clock now. 21-6 is our score. Clearfield Bison are ahead.
Where are we going next week?
Huntington.
I always enjoy that trip. Billett under center. Gives to McGonigal. Runs ahead to the 40, maybe the 39 of the Golden Eagles.
And number 74 for Tyrone is Melvin Lopez in on the stop.
They'll mark him down to the 39. It's going to bring up 2nd and 14.
I call the athletic director down there now to get a special place for us to park since we have equipment. I used to call Jimmy Zalzik, who coached Tyler, and he always wanted to park us in Mapleton. So I don't call him anymore. Hope you're listening, Jim.
And this time they're going to give it to Albin, breaking a tackle inside the 30, inside the 20, down near the 10-yard line, leaving a trail of Tyrone defenders behind him. It's a big gain for the Clearfield Bison. Down to the 12, it's going to be 1st and 10 for Clearfield, leading it 21-6.
Crowell again in on a stop. And one of the problems there, if you notice, Jim, the Tyrone tacklers are coming up, but then they stop and break down. And that's a youthful mistake. You can't break down when you come up. You know, you got to
go through the tackler.
You got to go. We used to always teach you hit them in the front and run out their back. They're actually stopping, and when you stop your feet, you can't go right or left against somebody who has a full head of steam. They'll learn.
Billett, inside handoff to Albin at the 5. Excuse me, that was not Albin on that carry. That was a different play. That was Karsten Lazoskas. Looked like number 15 at least.
Zach LaGarce prevented the touchdown for Tyrone.
on that play. Billett went right. The running back came inside of him, and he handed off his misdirection. Clearly just a misdirection to try and confuse the Golden Eagle defenders. It was good enough to confuse me. This will be the last play of the quarter unless Clearfield happens to score here. First and goal from the 2. The handoff into the end zone they go. Touchdown, Clearfield Bison. And it was Carter Chamberlain with the touchdown run. 2 yards, 27-6 with the point after coming up for the Bison.
And with a young team comes another problem we don't talk about, and that's depth. And you can see when they get tired like that, they just don't have the depth to substitute people in. Here comes the PAT. Jim?
The signal is good. 16 seconds left, third quarter, 28-6. Clearfield leading your Tyrone Golden Eagles. Next week we will be at Huntington, as you heard, 6:45 with the pregame, 7 o'clock kickoff. It's a game that you can look forward to if you're a Golden Eagle fan, with the prospects of Huntington maybe being a team you could beat next week.
Clearfield's the best team in the Mountain League this year. I mean, there's no question. They handled the first 3 opponents, Penns Valley. They handled them easily. I can't remember who. There's 2 other opponents that they played, and they just ran right over them. So they obviously have the inside track to take the Mountain League right now, because I don't think there's a team in the Mountain League that's going to be able to stop them this year. I think it was Bald Eagle and Penns Valley and one other team that they played. But they're very good, and they work hard. They're in the weight room, and they've got a very skilled team, seniors with experience.
Miller and Beck are back deep to receive. Sidoric has yet to come out onto the field with the Bison. Now they do. It's a pretty raucous Clearfield band over there that you can hear in the background.
Clearfield's pretty cool. I went up to, the kickoff, I'll say it real quick. My grandson starts for Kerwinsville, and they played Mount Union, and they wanted to get a student section started, and they went down to the Clearfield game on Friday night because they played Mount Union on a Saturday, and told some of the Clearfield people, and the Clearfield students came up to Kerwinsville Saturday night.
No kidding.
They sat and formed a student cheering section for them, and they were good. It was great.
Sidoric's kick taken on the run by Miller at the 25, up over the 35, and he'll be stacked up there. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles, trailing by 22 with 9 seconds left in the third quarter. 28-6 your score. The ball resting at the Golden Eagles' 36-yard line.
And once again, Miller gets the ball out across the 35 to the 36, so a good kickoff return.
And Ashton Walk is coming in to run the offense.
This is the true freshman. He has done fairly well. He didn't play at all last week, but he's done well for the Golden Eagles. He has 7-14 for 50%. He's passed for 110 yards, 1 touchdown, and no interceptions in 2 appearances.
Timeout on the field. John Franco is walking out. There's
11 players out there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the...
Baldoff was over there saying something to coaches. They were lining up, and it looked like there was some confusion out there.
So we don't see Keegan Gwynn on the sideline, but he may be sitting on the bench resting that ankle. Clearly, his ankle was a problem last week, and it did not get much better through the week. And he may have even had a play where it was aggravated during a tackle or a play. And I think this is the smart move to go with your quarterback that has some mobility.
I do too, and I also see number 2, Ronan, is on the sidelines. He's not in there either. He's got his helmet halfway on down there, right on the 31-yard line. And we'll see what transpires here. But this is a good learning experience for Ashton Walk, the freshman, especially against a really laden, good Clearfield team. We'll see how he handles the pressure, and his leadership abilities, and he did a good job against Clearfield. Or I'm sorry, against Belwood-Annis in the opener when he got in the fourth quarter.
Walk has it. And they go with the reverse to Colton Miller. And he will be spun down after a gain of a couple.
Wow. The lead blocker for Tyrone ran right by the tackler, never touched him. And that play had some potential, Jim, because they had Billett faked out completely. He was coming so hard that the end around went right by him. Good call.
End of the third quarter. 28-6 your score. You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 97.6, 100.7 FM, WTRN.
This is Nathan Varilla, your 1999 state championship football team captain. Winning a state championship, you have to do everything excellent. Excellence matters. That's why here at Varilla Real Estate, I've taken what I've learned on the football field and applied it to our business. Doing the little things, outworking your competition, being aggressive, doing the right thing when no one's looking. Varilla Real Estate is ready to help you in all your real estate needs. When it's 4th and 4 and you need a touchdown by selling your house, call Varilla Real Estate today.
Let your local Farmers Insurance agent, Billy Joe Friday, put her experience to work for you. Billy Joe Friday proudly serves Tyrone families and businesses and is ready to review your existing policies or provide a no-obligation quote today. Call Billy Joe Friday at 814-682-7669 to get smarter about your insurance. Again, that's 814-682-7669. They know a thing or two because they've seen a thing or two. Billy Joe Friday, a proud sponsor of Tyrone Golden Eagles football.
We are farmers. 96.9 and 100.7 WTRN. Classic favorites.
The Golden Eagles snuck a play in on us while the break was taking place. So with a loss on the run by Ashlyn Walk, it's a loss of a couple, going to bring up 3rd and 13 from the Tyrone 33-yard line. Baldoff will come in following Walk, while Andrew Weaver will come to the sideline.
And right now, Clearfield just has their ears peeled back. There's no sense running any run fakes because they're not going to bite on those. They're just coming hard after the quarterback.
The sidecar right for Walk is Lagar's. Has the snap. They set up the screen play for Lagar's, and he steps out of bounds at the 37-yard line. So the execution wasn't exactly great, but for a freshman quarterback, one of the toughest plays you would have to be able to run with very little game experience is a screen pass. He set it up pretty well. Yep. He's not happy with the result. I can see him on the sideline, but it does bring up 4th and 9, and so Lagar's will stay in there to do the punting duties for the Golden Eagles.
And he was flushed out of the pocket, too, because Billett was way wide. You can see how wide he is, so he can just come on an angle, and he's just doing a bull rush trying to run over people right now to get this kickoff here for Tyrone.
Punts away. It's a low spiral taken by Klein on the run at the 30. At the 35, 40 far sideline, 45, 50, out of bounds about midfield. Colton Miller had a shot at him as he was the gunner going downfield, but he missed him. And as a result, the Bison will set up their offense 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, leading it handily right now, 28-6.
And a well-coached team will be able to stiff arm, and I've noticed that was about the 3rd or 4th really good stiff arm by a Clearfield Bison ball carrier, and that's what prevented Miller from making that tackle. He was there, but just the strength and the perfect stiff arm put him down.
Billett looks over the Tyrone defense and then gives it to Albin. And he's going to suffer a loss on the play. About a yard. It's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So the game clock under 11 minutes. We're approaching 10.5 left in the ball game, and a 22-point lead for the Bison over your Golden Eagles.
Be interesting to see what kind of substitutions we see here from both teams.
Well, Fogelman just came in replacing Lopez. trying to spell some of those defensive linemen that have seen so many snaps tonight for this defense.
Looks like Clearfield has all their starters.
They do. Billett gives it to McGonigal, and he may go to the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Touchdown, Mark McGonigal.
52 yards.
A lot of tired Golden Eagles out there right now. They tried to take chase and just could not close the distance. 34-6 with the point after upcoming. Sidoric lines it up. And the hold, the kick, 35-6, 9:57 left in the ball game. Tyrone trails it by 29 with lots of time left. Let's see what Ashlyn Walk can do offensively. Let's see if this Golden Eagle offense can do something what I would think would be some of the backups now would come in for Clearfield on defense, yes?
You would hope so. You would, and you know, Tim Janoko and John Franco, between the two of them, they have 71 years coaching experience. And off the field, they're pretty good friends. So I don't think Tim would ever try to run the score up. And, you know, the same way with Coach Franco. When during the 90s and the early 2000s, when we pretty much, no matter where we played Clearfield here or there, pretty much dominated Clearfield, we would, you know, no one would run the score up on them. It was all good sportsmanship, and we'll see what happens here.
You're listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle football on 96.9, 100.7 FM, WTRN, Easy Favorites.
Remind me to tell you a good story about a Tyrone Clearfield incident which happened, which really is a tip of the hat to the sportsmanship by Clearfield.
All right, we will do so. We may have some time here. Miller and Beck back at their own 15. See if Miller can bust another one. Sidoric has a strong tendency of kicking left. Miller has had the dominant number of returns, and this is no different from his 15. 20, 25, 30, 35. Spun down at the 40, brought down hard at the 41, and a flag flies. Lifted him up and pile drived him into the ground. Miller gets up with his helmet off.
He's okay coming off the field. That was definitely uncalled for. Personal foul. Clearfield, 15 more yards. Should bring it up to about the, 41-yard line? 41, nope, 40, 43. 43-yard line of Clearfield.
Close enough. Good field position for the Eagles. Trailing at 35-6, 9:49 left in the ball game. Going from right to left. Ross Gamp is going to come to the sideline. Looks like they may be going with some more backup players here, Coach.
Looks like
is Ronan in there?
Ronan's in a tailback.
Yeah, Beck is the up back. Walk gives to Ronan, and he is tackled. No gain on the play. Give credit on the tackle to Nathan Natoli.
Moves the clock. You have, Ronan still in there for Tyrone. Corey Beck is still in there for Tyrone. I think Clearfield still has a lot of their.
Yeah, they're starting to shuttle other players in now, though.
To bring some of them in
yeah, McGonigal just went out. I formation for the Golden Eagles. Walk under center. He's going to throw. Now he's going to have to roll right and run for his life.
Run it. Good job. Good choice.
And he goes out of bounds after a gain of about 5, avoiding what could have been a 10-yard loss. Stops the clock, going out of bounds with 9 minutes left. Should bring up third and a long 6
Good vision
for the Golden Eagles.
Good vision. Didn't force it. Didn't try to stick with it and make the play work on a long pass. And scanned the field and saw the opening and took it. For a freshman, that's a good
poise.
Play. Good play. Nine minutes left in the game. 35-6 in favor of the Bison.
Quick snap to Walk. Looking to throw. Being chased. Throws downfield to Baldoff at the 32. Down the left sideline. And let me just tell you, off balance, running backwards, he threw that ball 25 yards to pick up 10.
He's got an arm. He's going to be the real deal. Coach Franco doesn't bring a ninth grader up unless he sees something and, you know, can only imagine that this is going to be the quarterback of the future. Gwynn is a senior, and he's proven it. He can run. He can read. His leadership. He has command of the huddle. Does a nice job.
1st and 10 from the Clearfield 26. Walk rolling right, has protection. Time to throw. And had a man downfield behind 3 defenders. Not sure that was the smartest throw to make, but he did see him open behind the defense, but he just threw it out of the reach of Deegan Baldoff.
I think he was trying to read him so he'd come back a little bit, you know, lead him back into the field because the other defenders are going towards the sideline.
That's a great description.
And he had him, and Baldoff, number 13, is I believe he's a what? Let's see.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
But not a lot of playing time at the varsity level.
Even the juniors don't have playing time because of COVID from last year. They didn't get in.
Play clock's down to 3, 2. They get it off. Straight drop over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Miller, who had a step on the coverage, but the ball skipped in there. Incomplete, brings up 3rd and 10.
And just as he was throwing that, number 50 for Clearfield, and that, of course, is Eric Myers, hit him just as he was leaving the ball go and caused that pass to come up a little short, or that could have been 6.
Out of the huddle they go. Varus wide right with Deegan in the slot along with Miller. Throw to the near sideline is complete at the 30, and then immediately tackled is Andrew Weaver.
Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the Bedford Regional Urology Player of the Game. Bedford Regional Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The Bedford Regional Urology Player of the Game coming up right after tonight's game.
Walk in the huddle, brings them out. 2 backs in the backfield for Walk as they go from under center, looking to throw. 7-step drop over the middle. Caught at the 15, inside the 15 to about the 13. On the catch was Weaver. Good pass by Walk. Good catch by Weaver. All in all, just well executed. From under center, looking to throw. 7-step drop over the middle. Caught at the 15, inside the 15 to about the 13. Game.
And Mitchell Rolls, whose number we've called quite a few times tonight, was still in there on the tackle.
Beck's in the backfield. They send Miller in motion from left to right. Walk, looking to throw. He's got time. Steps into it, throws incomplete. Just under the outstretched arms of Baldoff as he had to come back to it. And by outstretched, I mean he was diving back towards the ball, trying to get his hands under the ball, but it just skipped in there.
Just low. And he was rolling to his right and throwing back across his body to the middle of the field. And that usually is a no-no. Quarterback coaches will always tell you never throw late across the middle, but he had enough zip on that he got it in there.
2nd and 10 from the Bison 12. Beck sidecar left for Walk. 2-step, 3-step drop. Now he's flushed. Going right. Running right. has room to run at the 10, inside the 10, leaps forward trying to get inside the 5. He may have done so enough, trying to get to the first down marker. I think he's going to come up just short.
And again, Mitchell Rolls is in on the stop. He's one of the starting linebackers is still in there. For
made the interception on the first turnover by the Golden Eagles in the first quarter. So a walk went out at the 5. It's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
Showed good speed on that.
Trips left, single right, Beck in the backfield, walk, steps in, throws, complete, touchdown to Colton Miller. Well, how do you do? Ashland. Trips left, single right, Beck in the backfield, walk, steps in, throws, complete, touchdown to Colton Miller. They're going to go for 2. Walk makes a quick decision and acts on it.
He's going to be good. You heard it here first.
From under center, throws over the middle, and it is caught by Weaver, and he went to the knee before he could get across the goal line. So it'll stay 35-12, 7-10 left to go in the ball game. Starting to think about my player of the game.
Tough one tonight.
It's a little tough.
So 35-12 with 7 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game. Speaking about the player of the game, stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the Bedford Regional Urology Player of the Game. Bedford Regional Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The Bedford Regional Urology Player of the Game coming up right after the game.
I think I have my choice.
Give us time to see.
I think I have my choice, and it may take a little bit of convincing, but I think you'll see the thought process.
We'll have to refer to the company policy. What happens if we have a tie? Who breaks the tie?
Rich.
Mr. Noonan.
Yes.
Mr. Ronan. Mr. Ronan. Yeah, Mr. Ronan. No, I'm going to start thinking about it too.
So let's see where we are here as both teams are now out on the field. 2 return men back for Clearfield as Lagars will kick it away. And they try an onside kick, and it does not go enough yards.
That needs some work.
Yeah, Zach.
About 10 yards worth of work.
Yeah. It just kind of slid off the side of his foot as he tried the onside kick. I was going to mention that perhaps we might see that.
Yeah, when you're going to do an onside kick like that, obviously he came up and approached the ball, but then did you notice at the last minute he kind of pivoted like a soccer kick? You can't do that you got to be able to chop it so it bounces. That when he hit that, it just spun because all his torque was coming like a soccer player would kick the ball.
1st and 10 for the Bison at the Tyrone 43-yard line.
D'Amico's in at quarterback now for Clearfield. Now there's a timeout. Tyrone.
I don't think they had enough guys in, or they're replacing. Yeah, they replaced with Jay Eisenberg and brought out Fogelman.
Try to get these sponsors another thank you very much call. Varilla Real Estate, Bedford Regional Urology, Tavern 27 at Park Hills, Caldwell Banker, Town and Country Real Estate, Bob Pennington, broker and owner, Premier Pest Control, Justin Reeder, Timber Harvesting, Tyrone Tire and Automotive, Surplus City, Ace Hardware, Thrivent Financial, Long's Field Service, Community Pharmacy, Max Market and the Gridiron, Proactive Sports, Best Way Pizza in Greenwood, and Farmers Insurance, Billy Joe Friday, and Tyrone. Thank you so much for sponsoring Tyrone Golden Eagle football. Jim, back to you.
All right. Both teams at the line of scrimmage. D'Amico gives to the up back out of that I formation, and it's a gain of maybe a yard. With the carry there was Chamberlain, who has a touchdown to his credit tonight.
Nathan Patterson in on the stop. We've called his name quite often tonight on defense. Clock remains to run. 6 minutes and 42 seconds on a running clock.
What time do you expect to get home after that game tomorrow night? Are you just going to sleep in the car? Yeah.
Sunday morning. Oh, my.
D'Amico under center. Bison are set. They stay on the ground on the carry. I don't have a name for the number. Looks like it was 27, Coach.
And I'm looking for the Jermaine Myers.
21,
number
maybe?
23 was in on the tackle, but
Brady Collins.
21,
Yeah, with
21.
the carry.
But again, they're picking up 10 yards, 9 yards every play.
1st and 10 from the Golden Eagles 29-yard line. Clearfield leading it, looking to go undefeated at 4-0, leading at 35-12. Golden Eagles would fall to 1-3 as they head to Huntington next week. D'Amico will once again give it to Collins, who's hit hard after a gain of maybe 2. There on the tackle. I had 23, Coach.
23, that's Jermaine. Number 23 is Jermaine Myers.
Okay.
And again, Nathaniel Patterson in on the stop also.
Clock ticking away, coming up on the 5-minute mark, left to go in the game. If you're channel surfing and just joining us, listening to other games around the area, it's 35-12. Clearfield out in front. Led 14-6 at the half. D'Amico is going to keep it, rolling right inside the 30, tripped up there after a gain of maybe 3. They'll mark him down at the 26.
And Trent Smith for Tyrone in on the stop there.
Didn't look like it was going to be a great game for the Golden Eagles after the first quarter when it was 14-0. Golden Eagles then pretty much controlled the game in the second quarter.
Right.
They scored the 6, had chances to score twice more, one on an interception that was dropped, another on a 4th and 1 from the 2. Couldn't get the yard, couldn't get the first down. Collins, wide pitch left, gets the corner and then ridden out of bounds. Baldoff is the man there that pushes him out. Stops the clock at 4:11.
And part of that reason, Jim, and we've said this since the beginning of the year, young team, young kids, with the COVID last year, they didn't get a chance to come to school a lot. There was a lot of stuff being done on, online, which means they weren't able to get in the weight room. Next year they'll be bigger, stronger, quicker, but they've played well, and the idea they're competing.
4th and 4 from the 22 as they give it to Chamberlain, and he's able to forge ahead enough for a first down and then some. 1st and 10 for Clearfield.
He bounced off Lucas Walk there, a sophomore.
Inside the 15 to the 14. 1st and 10 from there. 6:45 pregame next week from Huntington. Chuck and I'll make the drive. If you choose not to join us, you can tune us in then with kickoff at 7. We'll bring you all the play-by-play as we have together for 7 years, Chuck.
Yep, absolutely. And we'll try to get that sound on the stream fixed for you. Some of you are saying there's problems with when we're on the stream. So
D'Amico pitches right. And let's see. Collins, maybe a yard or 2. Smith was there to take him out of bounds. He's going to come to the sideline after that play. The ball just inside the 10. 2nd and 5 from the 9. Hitting the 3-minute mark left to go in the game. After the game, we'll bring you up to date on scores as well as a scoring recap from Chuck. And then we'll get you set for a great weekend of college and professional football and get you set for next week. D'Amico gives to Collins. He tries to find the end zone but comes up short. He's going to bring up a first down, though. I think he got enough. No, just inside the 5.
And again, Jermaine Myers in on the stop.
Very close to a first down, but it's going to be 3rd and a yard from the 5.
I wouldn't be surprised here, this play or the next play, if they don't put it in. Coach Janoko takes a knee.
D'Amico under center. Gives it, and it's a tackle for a loss. Maybe no gain, but it's not going to be enough for a first down. Brings up 4th and 1 from the 5.
And that was Gavin Frizzell, a junior, on the stop. 2 minutes and rolling. I was going to tell you, Jim, about a JV game. We went up to Clearfield.
Oh, yes, yes.
And we had a special ed student who was a player, and he had been with us for 3 years, and you know, obviously was handicapped. Go ahead and call this play and pick up from there.
On 4th and 1, they get enough for the touchdown on a 5-yard run. That'll make it 41-12. So you were talking about a player with special needs and intellectually challenged, right? Yes,
and
go ahead.
Before the game started, I had gone over to the Clearfield staff and said, hey, you know, what do you think about sometime in the 3rd or 4th quarter, we get this kid a touchdown? And make a long story short, we'll pick it up here when they
they're going to kick the extra point to make it 42-12.
And is that Sidorsky again?
Should be. Sidoric puts it through, 42-12, a minute 32 left.
But anyway, we said, how about we do that? And at a certain time in the 3rd quarter, I had called a timeout and walked out, and the signal was when I pointed to the Clearfield coach, that was going to be the play. So I told our quarterback at the time, who's Jeremy Myers, I said, Jeremy, we're going to bring this student in, and we're going to let you throw a pass to him. You know, if he doesn't catch it, it's okay, but we're going to give him a chance. He's going to stand right out there. You just throw it to him. And the Clearfield team was alerted by their coach. So we line up. I told the student, just stay put. Do not go anywhere. They're going to throw you the ball, and you run that way. And I pointed to the end zone closest to the Clearfield High School.
Of course.
Well, lo and behold, the snap comes up. Jeremy turns to throw, and there goes the student running a flag. I mean, he's down the field. Jeremy looks at me and shrugs his shoulders. I said, throw it. He throws it about 15, 20 yards downfield, and the student catches the ball. And
so
he
you
goes,
doubted the talents.
Goes the entire way for the touchdown, did a dance, high-fived the official in the end zone. It was great. And I always wanted to thank, and I have thanked them numerous times. That was a classy act on Clearfield. That was something that his parents and that young man will never forget.
On the return from the 20, catches it on the run, Miller. He's going to retreat now, come to the near side and tackled from behind as the pursuit catches up with him. 1st and 10 for the Golden Eagles on offense from their own 34-yard line. A minute 24 left to go in the game.
See if Ashton Walk can bring him down the field here in a minute and 24 and see what happens.
Walk. Handing it off to the deep back, and we'll get a number for you here.
Looks like it's number 32, which is
Yes.
going to be Brody Klein.
Okay.
Brody Klein, Jr.
Under a minute to play. A gain of 4, 2nd and 6 from the 39. Walk. They're going to stay on the ground here and run the clock down. Take care of business. 42-12 your score. And they will run one more play. The difference about a 1.5 seconds between the game clock and the play clock.
Stay tuned after the game for the announcement of the Bedford Regional Urology Player of the Game. Bedford Regional Urology is proud to recognize the efforts of our outstanding area athletes. The Bedford Regional Urology Player of the Game coming up right after the game. Another handoff.
And maybe just a couple.
Going to get the first down, though, but
that's
once they move the clock and place everything, that'll be how she wrote.
And now the clock's going to roll, and that's going to do it. 42-12 your final. We'll be back with post-game wrap-up right after this. You've been listening to Tyrone Golden Eagle Football on 97.6, 100.7 FM, WTRN. Back after this.
Need new tires for your car? Does your vehicle need inspected, routine maintenance, or does something need repaired or replaced? Or maybe you're looking for a quality used car. There's one place that does it all. Tyrone Tire and Automotive, with factory-trained technicians, a great inventory, friendly sales staff, and financing available. Why would you go anywhere else? Check them out online at TyroneAuto.com or find them on Facebook. Call 814-684-20